Reggie from Reform UK here. I'm with the Councillor Jaymey Mcivor here for Reform UK. Hello mate, you alright?
Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Introduce yourself.
I'm Councillor Jaymey Mcivor. I am the County Councillor for Ongar, the town just next to Epping.
Hello mate, and what's the reason you're here today?
Well, I'm here because, first of all, this hotel needs to close, and every hotel like this across the country needs to be closed, firstly, and I'm here just really as a citizen of this country that is disgusted by the fact we have open, uncontrolled borders.
Yeah.
But I'm also here because I have a lot of affection for Epping. I'm the neighbouring, councillor. I went to St John's School just here, which is of course a school where we believe a serious crime was committed against a student there. But also I'm here because I'm very affectionate about the town. It's where my family are, it's where my little sister works, and I'm very concerned that the hotel here has proven to be a dangerous addition to this town. The people here, we don't know who they are, we don't know where they come from, we don't know if they were vetted, and it is absolutely inexcusable that the government would allow people like that to be dumped here, just a short walk from the school. But I'm also here because I'm actually quite surprised how few local councillors from this actual town are actually coming along.
Yeah.
And I can't understand how you could represent Epping and not be here.
Sort of shows the Tories, it's a Tory majority council.
Well,
sort of shows they don't really care about us.
Well, the Tories are clinging on just about. They're going to lose. I think they've got a majority of one. But more to the point, the councillors here are a mixture of Conservative, Liberal Democrat and Independent. And they should be here. And I put it to you that if this was any other subject, if this was a planning application to make flats or something, I put it to you, they'd all be here protesting with all the green-fingered people. But oh no, when it comes to the protection of women and girls, when it comes to anything to do with immigration, they're too scared of being labelled what they've been labelling these people as, which is far right. And there is nothing wrong with being concerned about the safety of women and girls. These people are not far right, they're just right. They've been brought up properly to care about women and girls. There was once a time in this country where a man would give up a seat for a lady, and when I do that on the train, people can't believe it. We have allowed this country to treat women so badly, and the worst thing about it, some of the people entering this country illegally are coming from countries and cultures where women are not even second-class citizens. And we are importing these people and then letting them walk around this community, and everyone's surprised when something goes wrong. Well, we're not surprised at Reform UK. I'm a Reform councillor. I proudly represent the party because we are the only party standing up to this madness.
Well look, if you pan the camera around, we see this fencing. The last protest, this fencing was very high. Caging us in like we're animals. Are you happy that they've put the fencing away?
I am. So I can tell you a story about the fences. So we obviously had our first protest here peacefully. Then the far left showed up, started being violent and all of that rubbish. The police were, I'm afraid, on that example, really not helping the situation. In fact, I'd argue they made it worse. Since then, I've been in contact with Essex Police, the Chief Constable and other senior figures. I've been constantly giving feedback. And one of the things I've been campaigning for was to remove the awful, I don't want to call them fences, they were cages. They were taller than the people that were there. And we were caged in like zoo animals. And when they first arrived, you couldn't get into them without walking in the road. So I quickly made 2 entrances. I'm a councillor, I like to get things done. If you're not in politics to get things done, then what's the point? So then I started a campaign to remove the fences. That hasn't happened, but I am pleased, and I would like to thank whoever made the decision ultimately, that we now have that's my friends. We now have a low down fence, and what that means is that people there are actually being treated with some dignity. The idea that those fences were put there for safety, I think, is ridiculous. I think it was actually there to make us look like we were some sort of, cage fighting animals.
At the end of the day, it's almost a tiny sign that they are listening to us a little.
It is, and credit where it's due. I think it is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, and hopefully the next thing that will happen when they listen to us, this hotel will be shut.
Well, these fences must be costing some money, and all I would say is shut the hotel, the fences will go, shut the hotel, the people will go, and when this hotel gets shut, the government, I shouldn't be giving PR advice to the Home Secretary, she's in the Labour Party, but let me tell you, a lot of faith will be restored in politics and politicians if this hotel closes. But what I can say to anyone in the Home Office tuning into this, or any politician, if you're a politician watching this, you should be ashamed of yourself if you're local, because you should be here with your people. But if you're watching this, you have any influence in the Home Office, show that peaceful protest works, because it's something that undermines the democracy of this country if it isn't shown to work. People here are protesting because they weren't able to vote. Don't forget, everyone here that lives in Essex had their right to vote stolen in May. They should have been able to vote. These people have no other option because you've taken the ballot paper away from us, the Conservatives and Labour, mainly the local Conservatives. They took the ballot paper away. People have no choice but to peacefully protest. And I'm proud of each of every one of the people that are brave enough to ignore the nastiness in the press, come here and peacefully protest.
Thank you very much for your
time. Thank you, mate.
Very
and
well
I'm
said.
Thrilled with the merch that I've got. I've got to show the merch, Reg. And I don't know, but obviously as the councillor for Ongar, I would say the only way is Ongar, but I've been, because the councillors here are so useless at the moment, Ongar has led me to Epping. So the only way is Epping for now.
Thank you very much for
mate.
your time. Thank you
well
very
done.
much.